Yes. So who wants to go next? How's your
Yes,
practice going?
I can go
Yeah.
next. Yes, it's so true what you said before. And in these days in nature, it was much easier to just be the moment and really feel the things for the first time. Because we have never been there, but sometimes a tree or water or yes, a stone is so different, and it's really nice to see how, like you said, labeling is also yes, a problem in the end sometimes. So seeing with new eyes is really challenging in everyday life. So not in holidays, but sometimes in conversations or relationships which are lasting for a long time, and one gets yes like closed into a circle, and yes, sometimes it's not so easy to come out of the spiral of thinking in their own mind and to see the relationship or the other person as for the first time, or yes, for a new try. So yeah.
Yeah.
And that brings me also to thank you for the videos you sent, or the link you sent us to what Rupert Spear is saying about acceptance. It's acceptance is our nature. So yes, I had really yes, I had to think, not to think, but to be with that, because it's sometimes challenging.
Yeah.
Really, acceptance. Yeah. That's one of the things. Yeah, that they are not so easy for me. Sometimes yes, but sometimes no.
Thank you so much for sharing. And and just for Sherry, I want to mention that Alex and Angelica were part of my workshop. So I did this workshop for 4 weeks. And then as part of that, I shared this video, which is just like another teacher. And he describes acceptance. And I have learned so much from that description. I suddenly realized, oh my God, I put so much effort into accepting something, and without realizing that each effort is creating a barrier. Or the easiest way I understand is, like, if this is, let's say, an emotion that has come up, this is, let's say, the spacious awareness emotion comes up, and now I like this emotion. So I don't do, I enjoy it, let's say, and then it will go away and then come again and go away. That's the nature. And then sometimes I don't like these emotions. Let's say fear has come up, or guilt is here. Now I don't like it. So not liking is resisting it. When I respond with not liking, that response itself is resistance. See, so this second hand is actually my resistance to it, and then it becomes bigger because I'm resisting it. And then I realize, oh wow, guilt is here and I'm resisting it. I don't want to resist it, and I want to accept it. So I try, and then I bring the third thing. I accept it. Let's accept it. I want to accept it. So the problem is, everything that I create is a temporary mind-created stuff. Even the one who's trying to accept is my ego. And it's literally the opposite of acceptance, because now I have three things there. I have the guilt, resistance to guilt, and acceptance of guilt. So I'm just creating more conflict. Actually, and then there's another one. I want to let go of it. And I try, to let go. I put effort into letting go. It's sort of an acceptance only. That create another thing. So it's like one poor guilt emotion was here just for maybe few seconds. And now by having resistance to it and then trying to accept it, trying to let go of it, I just keep multiplying it. Like that's why the guilt gets stuck in the system. It's like guilt was just like water. Like emotions are like water flowing. They're flowing. I create these dams of resistance or trying to deal with them, trying to manage. Such a common term in therapy. Let's manage our emotions, which itself is the problem. So when you just are, when emotions just are, it's only the isness. It's here. Nothing. I mean, you don't even do anything. It's just here. That's all. Nothing, no effort is made. Then the space, look at the space. The nature of the space is acceptance. Look at this empty space. I can have 5 things or 10 things here. The empty space loves everything. It's exactly the way it is. Anyways, so that awareness, that which we are, pure awareness, that which we cannot objectively see or experience, that is who we are, and our nature is acceptance. Our nature is letting go. Nothing can hook on to. I can take a hook and trying to hook it in the empty space. Cannot get stuck. Nothing gets stuck in the empty space. Nothing can actually get stuck in the awareness. That's the nature of awareness. So nothing has to be accepted, or nothing has to be let go of. So just wanted to like include Sherry in that discussion.
I'm so glad you did, because I thought, Rupert, I must have missed something. Who's Rupert? I totally understand your lecture, what you just said. But we are human beings and born, and then we've had experiences, and we are our past experiences. So then the brain here goes to something like, oh, the child just ran out in the street. Oh, and you know, then we have reactions. And all that you said, I understand this, exactly what you said, but I was relating it to my son. The oldest son he lives with the girl now, and no one cares for her. And the 3 children are extremely close.
Is it okay if I interrupt you?
Okay.
Before we go to more description, I just want to go directly to we as humans react to things. So when you say we, let's just stick to where is this? Yeah, sure. Let's stick to you.
Okay.
Before we resolve a problem that we or you, let's say collectively or individually, reacting to a situation is the problem. But then let's go to who has this problem. Who is this me? Can you point?
Who's me? You know, I do have this human body, and then there's the brain, and then
who is this I? Can you show me the I? When you say I have a human body is, let's say I have a bottle. I can say, yeah, I have this bottle. Sure.
I do too.
I'm asking, who are you? We have a bottle and you have a body also. We have a water bottle and we have a human body. Sure. These are things we have. I'm asking, who are you?
Well, I would like to say I'm just floating around from the Big Bang Theory and just a bunch of atoms, just floating.
Really good description. I know many books have given that description. Many books have said that. Really sounds good. I'm not interested in books. I'm interested in your direct experience. I'm just interested in your truth. Who are you?
That classic question, who are you? How can we not think and answer all the roles that we've played? Who-
Roles, yes.
Yeah,
Thinking
they
is
are the roles. Okay, I've had vocations. That's
vocations,
that
yes.
person, you know.
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep interrupting you. I'm only interested in you. Roles, yes. And you say we think. I'm not interested in the thinking. Is there a thinker? Who's thinking?
Yes, me. The body, the brain, the mind.
Really good ideas.
They're all good.
Really good ideas. I understand these thoughts and ideas are present in you. Communicate. I hear them. Yes.
But my true nature, who are you? Nature, true nature's love.
Is
Love.
love here?
Yes, yes.
Can you describe it?
Love that is just being aware, just breathing. Oh,
And before I go more, just want to check in. How are you feeling? Also want to make sure that you are comfortable with this. I know
yeah,
this.
I'm always like, sadly, I can be like masochistic. Bring it on, keep coming, keep asking
Sure.
me. I
Okay.
never
Okay then.
get upset.
Oh, sure. Sure. So let's go back to your true nature. I know that, again, I'm more interested in the experience rather than the label. So I want to make sure that what does this true nature mean? Can you describe from your experience?
The true nature is, it's like I want to use this metaphor. It's like a cloud. It's just floating around. Everything is passing, the thoughts, the kids, the arguments, the whatever. I'm worried about finances.
Yes.
I'm just floating and
yes.
and trying to really anchor this nature of love, which means let it all just keep coming, keep going, and not grasping onto
Who
it.
needs to anchor this?
The person that is me, is anxious about all
Anxious
sorts of
person.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this? Can you look, like how there's a table, there's a chair behind you, you can look it, can you look for this person? Where is this anxious person?
Right here. Well, I am looking at my face and I know that I'm trying to, these are just, when I meditate, I see, I witness, oh, there she goes. She's worried about this. oh, that's next. I don't know where I was today in meditation. It's quite interesting, the stories, the planning, the everything. It's so interesting. And I can snicker at it, really, to just go, oh my gosh, that this person is doing that.
Yes. Let me offer a perspective. Thank you. Thank you for being so patient. And thank you for being open. Now, stories I understand are here. And then when we say me, we often tend, like Sherry is going to the body. Body, how we experience the body is through sensations. The sensation comes, and it's easier to see when you close your eyes. You can see sensations on your forehead, your hands, shoulders, your neck. These sensations, they bubble up. Suddenly you notice a lot of sensations come up. And if you notice them more closely, every moment there is one sensation. And then next moment, if we are looking through a microscopic vision into time, at one tiny moment, we only experience one sensation or one thought or one sound or one theme, because it happens so quickly. In 1 second, we experience 20 of them, because in 1 second, so many come up. However, in that 1 millisecond, 1/20th of a second, there's actually maybe one sensation. If you really pay attention, we are never multitasking. We are never noticing many things at the same time. We just retrospectively conclude that I noticed a lot of sensations, a lot of sounds in the last 2 seconds. We look back and retrospectively can make a conclusion that so much happened in this 1 second. However, in that 1 second, there were 100 seconds. And in each tiny second, there was only one sensation, and then the next, and then the next. So what I'm pointing towards is, because the mind retrospectively sees these sensations, and they are so fast, it creates a story. It creates a sequence, which is the sequence, the story, this conclusion is also another thought. So when we burn a candle, the candle burns, the wick burns, every moment a new flame arises, new flame, a new flame. Every second is a new flame. There is never the same flame. The flame is always brand new. It's arising. The old flame completely goes away. It's gone, and a new flame arises. And it's absolutely new. And it happens so fast. That's why we just see one flame. We just make a conclusion, oh, look at that flame, it's burning. It's still burning, we say. But then it's never the same flame. It is a brand new every second. Same is with this sensation, this feeling of me. Oh, I'm still Mahip. We keep concluding that this is the same Mahip from 2 minutes ago, or from yesterday, or from these 25 years or 30, 34 years ago. Same Mahip. But not of a single cell or molecule is the same. All is gone. In metaphysics too, it's changing, it's shifting and moving. There is no solidity. Science has already proven that. But the point is, we try to get into this from an experience. So the reason I'm saying it so intentionally is such when the mind gets concentrated, slows down, you can really experience the moment and moment experience, arising and passing of the bubbles of experience. Let's say the bubbles, they arise from the bottom of the lake. You look at this lake, which is like not moving, a pond, and this bubble comes, and the next bubble comes. So it's arising vertically from down to up, and each bubble is brand new. Some bubbles are big, some are so small. Some big, some small. Some are pretty colorful, some are just gray. What gets tricky is our mind creates this illusion that they are arising in sequence, like a train of bubbles. That's the problem. So the bubbles are arising vertically, and our mind creates a story, a horizontal story.
Mhm.
They are arising in sequence to each other. They are all connected to each other, as if there's a train of bubbles, which makes them the same bubble kind of. However, in my experience, what I realized is each moment, there's no train, there's no connection between these bubbles or these sensations. The only connection is they arise out of the same reality. That's all. They arise, they are witnessed by, and they are made of or made out of the same awareness. They are not linked to each other. So after every sensation, there is a gap. After every breath, there is a gap. After a very small gap before the next one comes. After every flame, there's a brief moment of no flame. Just look at the candle closely. There's a very small, when you're concentrated, you can see there's this very mini second, there's actually no flame, and then new flame comes. Similar, that's a law of nature. I'm not talking about some woo-woo. It happens every day. When you pay attention with that concentration, look at the sensation, look at yourself. The me that we think we are is also arising, and it's gone. Arises and it's gone. It's not a permanently fixed identity that exists there. It's not a sequential arising phenomena. It's the old completely goes away and then the new arises. So see it as more vertical reality. There's only one time, there's only now. The horizontal perspective of the train of bubbles or train of sensations or train of thoughts feels like it's happening in time when we get stuck. Even time is a thought. So when I say a thought arises right now, when I say, what were you thinking 2 minutes ago? And I might, I was thinking about, let's say, this group. I'm talking about this group, for example. Now I'm really planting a feeling that I was thinking. So the first problematic response is there's this feeling that I was there, even though this I is a thought. I retrospectively plant it there. And then I also create a concept of time. That 2 minutes ago was something, a past, which I have never visited actually. In reality, we talk about past and future. Nobody has ever been there. So the time is a construct, a thought, an idea, and we place that into our experience, we think it's real. We make it real by thinking it. And we say that, yeah, 2 minutes ago that was happening. But then what I am right now is the statement itself is happening right now. So the real time is this. And the only time is this moment. So going back to the story, that's the sequence is a feeling. The story is a feeling, and no bubbles are actually connected to each other like a train is connected. When we look at the train, there's a container, and then the bottom connects all these containers, and the train is going. There is no connection like that in the middle. It's just arising experience. In the path, what's gone is completely gone. We think that happened, and that we recreate it or relive it or rethink it, but actually it's not here. So when we say I am my past, that's a feeling, sure, and that's a thought, sure, which is happening right now. So it's so contradictory.
Yes, and feelings, and I'm really listening to what you're saying, but sometimes let's just call, we all have experiences, right? You agree with that? And sometimes those experiences in the moment, that present, that nanosecond, can cause the body, as Vanderkalt says, the body keeps a score. So if you've had some trauma, okay, that was way back there. It's not here, it's gone. But your body, you may have a startle reflex, like, what happened? So some things in that second are happening because of the past trauma. How do you, and you agree with that, right? Of course, you've studied psychology, so you
Yes,
agree that
I can say, from a psychological understanding, I understand what you're saying. And from the point of view of this discussion, I don't want to form an opinion.
Okay, yeah, because that it does get into, let's say, diseases, disorders. Okay,
Sure. And again, I'm sitting here as a meditation teacher.
exactly.
I leave my psychologist identity behind.
Right. And so I'm
And
thinking as exactly as you said. So I was just getting deeper with it, like, well, wait a minute. I know that my body has done some things from past experience.
That is true. That is true.
That's true,
In
right?
psychology world, absolutely true. I will not contradict that.
Yes.
I am simply going really deep into the sensation, the small, tiny sensation.
Yes.
Which is how you know that the body is here.
Yeah.
How do you know the body is here? I understand the body keeps a track. Trauma happens. Yes. I'm right now talking about what is your experience when you close your eyes, you don't see the body.
No.
All you have left is this sensation arising.
Right.
Because if I ask you to let go of your memory, take a break from your memory and just go memory, which remembers all the past. This is how I look like, this is who I am, and all that. Let's put the memory on the shelf. Just experience right now. How do you know this body is here? And anyone can answer, like, how do you know the body? How do you experience, or what's your evidence that this body is here?
Well, we're breathing, so
Sure. I also want to hear from Alex and Angelica. Let's see. Simple question. When you close your eyes, how do you know from your experience that the body is here? How do you come to this conclusion? Or like, what's the evidence that this body is here?
Well, here, if I may say, is what means here then, you know? Like when I...
Thank you for questioning my question. Yeah.
So there's temperature I feel, there are movements, wind, air, sensations, you know, sometimes feelings come up. So this is where a certain understanding comes that there's something physical here.
Okay. Okay. So there's a sense, you're sensing, let's say, the temperature, and then feeling and sensation. So there's a sensory process happening.
Exactly. And then there is this, I'm sorry, am I interrupting you?
No, go for it.
Okay. And then there is this, it's not a disconnect because it's all one soup, but there is this, it's what it's called, awareness, where I don't want to make it sound like, it's called awareness, but it's where there's a difference between the body you feel and the stillness you can go to with being in the body. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm going to add one more reflection. So let's say when we, like right now I hear traffic outside this house. And you might be hearing some sounds too. Out there's some sound. Where do you experience this sound? Where is the experience of listening arising? Where is that happening? Is it arising there, or is it arising here? Feels more here, right?
It's here.
Just from experience. Sure.
Yes.
Even though our mind tells us the sound is, the truck is driving there, or plane is flying, whatever. The listening experience is here. It's happening here. That's true. And let's say you might know there's a neighbor wherever you are right now. It's here. And let's now go to a space, to your neighbor's house or to a park in the neighborhood. You know that park or that house exists there, but where are you experiencing that space? Here. Yeah. The experience of the space, even though our mind tells us the space is there, our actual direct experience of that space is arising here. And let's say, now let's travel some time. Let's go to some random memory 2-3 years ago when you're in a park or playing with, hanging out with friends or playing with kids, whichever memory you can go to. It happened then in that past. When are you, and right now you're experiencing it, where, then or now? Now and here. And you can go to the future also. Again, the answer will be the same, even though space-wise you went somewhere else, time-wise you can go somewhere else. But all experience is happening here. Sound also sound. However, the listening is happening here. I'm just pointing to that the only place is here. There's no other place. In your experience, you have never been there. Even if you walk to that park in your neighborhood, you will again say, I'm here. And even if
Yeah.
the future, which you maybe imagine, maybe you get to that place or future time, you will again say, where am I? I'm here. I'm in the now. Or maybe if someone discovers time machine, who knows? When you actually sit in the time machine and get to that past memory, and you will again say, where are you? I'm here. I'm in the now. So there is no other time, there is no other space but the here and now. Isn't this your direct experience? This is direct, real experience. Entire culture, entire your own mind, your own belief says otherwise. But I'm just giving you, I'm inviting you to a direct experience. Now you have a choice. Do you want to believe the beliefs, or do you want to trust the direct experience?
So this is the journey where I realized, where realization came, that to experience, to direct experience these layers, labels, need to be moved. There need to be some air to breathe, so one can sink down into the experience. Which doesn't mean once one has experienced the direct experience, that the other layers will disappear. So this is then the work, or whatever. I take it as a journey. Yeah. It's interesting. This is what I try to explain to my children, that, you know, we come up with layers and labels. I love labels better, actually. I said layers like an onion because it got explained to me like this, and it made such a big impact. And they immediately know. Yeah, of course, it's okay. It's like, oh, da. So it's just that, yeah, with so many layers, I think it gets so heavy and one can lose what has been there before, or not even lose. I'm sorry, it's the wrong word. It's more of the veil is thicker. Yeah, that was beautiful, Maeve. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have never said these things before, so thank you for igniting. It's not like, and to be fully honest, it's not like I know this. It is just when I'm roaming in my life, in Mahip's life, I'm getting stuck in Mahip. I am still living in this time and space. And I'll still get stuck in the same belief that I'm inviting all of you to come on. So that's the funny thing.
Thank you.
So it's not like I know all this. When this conversation gets started, the Mahip just goes away. And something, it's like that me and mine that just disappears. And even when I'm listening to myself right now, I don't understand who's speaking because I'm not here. That's how my experience is right now. It's just like happening. Sound is arising. I'm not thinking before I'm speaking. My thoughts and my words are one. So, and then once the class is over, I'll close my laptop and I'll go down and I'll play the same game. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I need some sleep. Lena will.
back.
Yeah. And sometimes Mahim goes away when I'm in nature, whatever. So it is the.
So
Yeah.
listening to you talk, I mean, I really, can feel that and understand that because I've had past experiences, but I really, as you spoke, I know they're gone and I'm just here, here. And it's good to just be here. And there are glimpses where I hate that word because Bradley uses glimpse practice, but there are times where I am just here, that nanosecond. I mean, you can get that sometimes. You can get it. And it's refreshing because all that is all over, all of our experiences. And right now and now and now, we are all safe and we are listening and of course I don't want to attach to pleasant. It's very welcoming to be just here. So it's really nice, I'm using my hearing, I'm hearing that, and it's, and to live that second, because life is swirling around us.
Yes. I want to say that life, that the here is life. And then I know the glimpse, there's a glimpse is such a tiny taste of life. This here, or this infinite now, that is here, is always here. And then what people call glimpse is only a taste of the now. And the one who tastes it is the one who does not exist. The one who longs for this taste or glimpse is the one who does not actually exist. So all you're left with is I don't want to use a label.
But my psychiatrist, I used to go to a psychiatrist. He, he's a Buddhist since he was 14. He's in his 60s, so he's well practiced in whatever, meditation. And he would describe it as a nanosecond. That it's very tiny before we go to something else.
Again, what I'm saying, it's funny because that fleeting experience, which is so common in psychology, and that this glimpse is so fleeting, and then we start craving it we get addicted to the glimpse. First, after leaving all drugs or alcohol and sex addiction and this addiction, we get addicted to the glimpse. Oh my God. No, that's not, we are not here for the glimpse. Don't settle for such a small thing. So that's why it's problematic to have glimpse practices. Making that, and I'm all myself. I blame the entire meditation teaching,
Yes.
including myself, to give people. It's so sad, but then this is the game we play.
It is.
But
Right.
we make that glimpse in this small meditation, and you'll get a glimpse of that, which is who you glimpse of what you already have, what you not even have, what you are. So, but the reality is, this the one who wants it, the one who gets addicted to the getting that glimpse. That is the one who does that. Look for who that is. That's not even real. That is the character in the dream. That is the person you think you are. That is the mind who keeps minding around. And then the here and now, that glimpse is that glimpse, the tiny moment of infinity. That is infinity because it's always here. So I include myself also. I'm still stuck in this. I don't want to play this game. I'm tired. I'm tired of wanting longer glimpse. I can get small glimpse, and then sometimes I get long stretches of glimpse. Like, I don't want to play this game. I'm so done. I want that, but that glimpse. And again, I'm saying I want to hear myself getting re-identified with the mind. And what the glimpse shows, or it's actually the mind stops for them for a moment. And glimpse, we call that the glimpse, but when the mind stops for just a brief second, there's this reality, there's this isness. So it's not like we are getting the glimpse, it's the we stops.
Yes. And did you say isness, ISNESS?
Isness, like just
Right.
existing.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
This is also what one brings passion to pass on to others. You know, this is what everybody has in them, and to know that there's a way of finding to the Urquelle, to the well of infinity where it starts, or however people can describe it, and whatever helps to have assistance. Like these feelings I have, these wherever I am and go, and that's beautiful, like no labeling, but to pass it on and to realize, to experience how it assists other people in feelings, emotions, and anything else is such a gift, I think. This is why I have so much gratitude for what you do, Marie. It's not easy to teach this, or to have the patience, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for appreciating me. And my secret is when I am here, I get a break from my mind.
Yeah. Right.
And then I am also aware I'm addicted to this. I really don't have other addictions. This is my addiction. Then when I'm listening to, let's say, a YouTube, whatever, Rupert Spira or these non-duality teachers, or when I go meet my teacher, or when I'm teaching myself, my mind, or also when I'm doing therapy. So I found a lot of ways in which the sense of me just disappears, and this glimpse, or the background awareness, the boundless awareness, comes. Just that is all there is in those, and it goes away.
Yeah.
So I am also, it's like I am in the same boat. I, as in the mind, is in Mahip's mind, is also doing the same thing. So,
Well, you're a human being. We are. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we come with this vessel.
I know. It's like, what is this? That's why I think Buddha said the first thing is life is suffering. Like, of course.
Oh,
Yes, I know. This suffering is real. Oh, damn. No matter how, I can't even keep a count how many times I realize the same thing. Okay, I guess get out of here. Now I'm free, and then I'm stuck again, and then I'm free, and I'm stuck. What is this? Like, what? Is it gonna end?
I don't know. They talked about it 2,000 and 3,000 years ago. I guess it's not.
It's the same problem.
Still going.
I know. I know.
Oh gosh.
So funny.
And I will say, when you've added years to your life, you really understand it. I mean, I'm like 40 years older than you guys. A lot of years.
You really don't look so old.
no, not at all.
I'll be 70 at Christmas.
No.
Yes, I will.
Congratulations. This is beautiful.
Well, it's true.
Okay. Any other questions or comments before we close?
Just one question. In meditation, often affirmations are made. Are they also still a longing for special, feelings, or yes?
Can you give me an example of an affirmation?
For example, if somebody wants to loosen the grip of fear, for example, or other feeling, and then there's that, yes, may I be free of fear and full of peace, and all these affirmations, positive affirmations that are made sometimes. Also, they also be sometimes just a longing for positive feelings, and also a kind of, like what you said before about positive and negative feelings. Yes. I wonder sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for wondering. That is true. In a dualistic way, in a relative world, they are really good practices. I have high respect for them. I have practiced them for so long. I say that may I even be may all beings be happy, may all be well at the end of all my meditations. So I do have high respect for them, and yes, they are part of the dualistic system, and they will also keep us, it's a hope for a future that does not exist. So yes, because we are talking in context of non-duality, all practices, including this conversation, is problematic.
Yes. Okay.
And then I think in the workshop I use that metaphor of using a thorn. So old beliefs that are, let's say, problem, which is so much like CBT, so funny. When we have irrational beliefs, oh, I am a terrible person, oh, I have self-doubt, I have low confidence, I have stage fear, whatever, all these thoughts and beliefs about the self are, let's say, or believe that I am this tiny person who has all these problems. Now that's the first thorn that is within our system. The teachings, meditation teachings, are the second thorn. So now the thorn has to be removed, which is the one thorn that is stuck, and you take this new thorn and you try to remove it. And after removing the old beliefs, the old thorn, what do we do with the second one who helped us to remove this thorn? Do we put it in a frame and pray to it? Or do we take, oh, this is such a helpful thorn, let's keep it, let's stuff it in my body? We throw the second one also. So every single word that a meditation teacher has ever said is the second thorn. Or I'm really, maybe many meditation teachers are trash, so let's not generalize.
Are you
Really good.
saying like the second arrow? You're calling it
No.
the thorn?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
The second arrow is a very different context.
Okay, yes, okay.
So see, the affirmation example is the second thorn. The old thought process is like, let's say your affirmation, that the example you gave is like, may I be fearless, may I be free of fear. And let's say old, like I'm afraid of talking to people in, let's say I have social anxiety. So wishing that may I be free of fear. The old habit, keeping that old thought pattern is so much more suffering than this new one. At least suffering goes down, with the second. However, now mind is just like a parrot. Earlier, the mind was repeating and, oh, I'm so anxious. I should not talk to people. What will they think of me? Social anxiety, socially anxious mind would have these thoughts and it will butcher your mood. Now, after having like, may I be free of fear, may all be free of fear, you can get blissed out and you're happy. Keep chanting, keep repeating, and you feel happy. May I be happy, may you be happy. And everyone is happy, you become a happy Buddha. Sure. And then sometimes you won't be chanting this. There are going to be times, and then you will still suffer. And then sometimes you will get attached to this bliss, this happiness that comes because of this chanting and affirmation. And because we created it, everything that is created will be destroyed. Law of nature. Everything that is born is bound to die. Law of nature, universal. So the created well-being is going to leave you. It's suffering, or that sadness or sorrow is the other side of the coin. When happiness or joy comes, sadness and sorrow will follow. So now we have the second thorn. It's good. It has helped us and we no longer have social anxiety. Great. But we still have suffering. We still have, where the moment you stop chanting, the old thoughts, they come back. So it's not like we become dependent on the chanting and affirmation stuff. Now we also have to let go of this. The second thorn has to be thrown also. Now let's evolve the metaphor. Sometimes, and I can use my own example, like Vipassana was so helpful, great. It removed a lot of things from my system, great. And then I was like, oh my God, the Vipassana, when I don't practice Vipassana, I started blaming myself. And my Vipassana practice itself has become a problem. Now I get to Vedanta. Now I have a third thorn. I'm removing my attachment, my dependence on this Vipassana. I'm removing with this Vedanta teaching that no effort is needed. No practice is required. You are that. Amazing. Yay. And now I'm stuck with this Vedanta teaching. You are that. I am that. I should always be happy because I am happiness myself. Now, again, that sometimes I don't feel happy, honestly. I still so like, what is this? I shouldn't be happy. I should always be happy. I should always be happy. You see, my mind creates suffering out of this too. And then I go, oh, Mahip, look at you, meditation teacher, teaching other people. And you should, how dare you suffer?
Yeah.
Teaching other people and you are still stuck in this. Shame on you. Here comes again. So now, after Vedanta also, I need a fifth thorn to remove this fourth thorn. So I'm just playing this new game. So, but the point is, just no thorn has to be kept in the system. If I keep, the problem is I keep the next thorn. I start worshipping the most 5.0 teaching. I started with whatever, like how Apple comes with Apple 2, Apple 3, Apple 4. I'm upgrading my teachings. But I need to. So to answer your question, every affirmation, you might get the best affirmations, and in the end, they have to be. They need to go. They don't belong. Just like we are looking for, we are silence. Let's say the easiest metaphor I found. You are silence itself. First, there was a trashy loudspeaker in the mind, giving you shitty thoughts constantly, and we were suffering. Now you replaced it with guitar music, and then you got bored of guitar too, and its guitar is annoying, and then you replaced it with sweet piano melodies. So like third, and then you keep replacing, but then you have to stop playing the sound. You need to stop creating new sounds, and silence is already here. So we keep on moving from one practice to another, one teacher to another. There is a moment when all has to be given up, including the teaching and the teacher, especially yourself. You're the person who seeks. The seeker has to go. The one who's seeking happiness.
I can totally relate to that because so much education, so much of this mindfulness, so much meditation, how many techniques, blah, blah, blah. It's more suffering, more suffering, more suffering. It's like, wait a minute, this defeats everything. Yeah.
I know.
But then again, there are so many tools, everybody has different things they take on, and they're awake for that moment, or aware in that moment, or present in that moment. So I feel like all these different teachings, this is my journey, my soup, to get to wherever.
Yeah, experimenting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So I really love this soup. I would,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if not this, what would you do then? Here, why? So you find the best soup.
Yeah.
For yourself. I know suffering is here. I mean, I know that for myself. I know I would have suffered so much if I was a lawyer in India. Like, So I did. I am a therapist and I teach meditation. I found the best soup.
Yeah.
And this is probably what Mahip will do.
Yeah, and it changes. The soup will change with every present moment. Yeah.
Did that answer your?
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, sure.
It also encourages you of letting go special things or suffering if the time has come for letting go, and if you're open to it, also to letting go, for example, a special belief, or whatever.
Everything, nothing remains. No thing remains. Terry, what you were saying something?
Well, I was thinking of that soup, and that soup, like years to your life, it's like stew. It's I've added a lot, but then I can also say, now this is what brings me some peace of mind after decades of trying to find. It's not Zoloft. You know what I mean by that? Here, oh, PTSD, take some Zoloft. Oh, how about Klonopin? It's not that.
So funny.
That is funny.
I want to read a small poem and then end this meeting. Maybe I've. Can you all see?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, where is it? Okay. So it's called No Purpose, Just Play. If I live with purpose, I look for fulfillment in the future. To have a purpose, I need a separate self who has it, who owns it. If I let go of the purpose, I can simply be. If I let go of the obsession of remembering the important things, I can simply be here in timeless present. No past. Memories are analyzed for future perfection. If I abandon the idea of health, like Rumi says, the condition I call sickness is no longer there. If I abandon the idea of the best, the condition that I call worst is no longer a thing. If I abandon the idea of pleasure, the pain has no meaning. If I abandon the idea of God, I see no evil. If I abandon the ideas of richness, no poverty is there. If I abandon the idea of freedom, bondage has no grip on me. If I abandon the idea of me, there is no other left to love or hate. If I abandon the idea of peace, no war can take place. If I abandon the idea of truth, no falsity remains to be rebuked. If I abandon the idea of goodness, no bad can exist in mind. If I abandon the idea of righteousness, no wrongdoing can remain in perspective. If I abandon the idea of enlightenment, I am enlightened already. Thank you.
So who's the author of that?
Mahib.
Me. So funny.
So,
And there's no me here.
I'm writing it down. No purpose, no play. Who's the author? Oh, that was so great.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Like that.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I mean, you have my email. Can you send that?
Yes, it's on my Instagram. I'll send it to you.
Oh, see, I don't do Instagram. I don't do any of the
I'll,
social media stuff. It's not good for my head.
no worries.
I'm
Same.
free. All the other. Thanks. Okay, I liked it.
I'm so glad.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
Again, I didn't write it. It just drops in my head.
Oh,
It's just, and then when I read it, like, wow, that's so good. Like, wow, it blows my mind. It's just hard to believe that I wrote it. It just doesn't make sense. And I have so many of these poems, they just drop in my head and I write them. And then I read them like next day and like, who wrote this? It's so funny.
Fine.
a heap.
No.
Wow. Yes, love it. Okay.
Okay. Well, have a really nice weekend. This was so fun. Today's group was amazing.
Yeah,
I agree.
reading. Love it. Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.